Welcome to lesson 2 for equations. Learning intention today is to solve linear equations involving simple algebraic fractions. So you're making progress when you can add and subtract fractions with common denominators, solve equations with algebraic fractions, and add and subtract fractions with different denominators. So for our revision, we have these questions to complete in your workbook. So pause the video and then check your answers. Question 1, we've got common denominators, 5 and 5, so we can add the numerators. So 2 plus 1 is 3 over 5. Question 2, we have different denominators, so we need a different process. So you can think shoelaces or the smiley face or whichever way you want to add or subtract find the difference between these two fractions. So I like to go 5 times 6, 2 times 7 on the top, and it's take away because we have take away here, and 7 times 6 on the bottom. So we get 30 minus 14 on top, 42 on the bottom, just 16 over 42, and then divide this number by 2. 2 is the highest common factor for both 16 and 42, and we get 8 over 21. For question 3, we're solving the equations. So take away 6 from both sides. There's a few different ways that you can set your working out. This is the way I like. So 2x plus 6 minus 6, this part cancels out, giving us 2x on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, we have 30 take away 6, which is 24. Divide by the number in front of the x. For our next step, 24 divided by 2 is 12, so x equals 12. 2x divided by 2 is just x. Question 4, we need to multiply both sides by 2. Doing that eliminates this part of the fraction, giving us 7x equals 14. And then we divide by 2. Divide by 7, which gives us x equals 2. For the examples, this goes in your notes book. So listen to the video and then add your notes into your workbook. Again, we've got common denominators, so we can add the 2x and the x to give us 3x over 5 times both sides by 5, which cancels this part out. So 3x equals 10. Divide by 3. Then 10 divided by 3 is 3 1/3. I like fractions in our answers rather than decimals. If you wrote this as a decimal, you would need to put the dot above the 3 to represent that it continues, and this tends to be a mistake people make. They forget the dot. Part B, again, we've got common denominators, so 7 and 7, so we can combine the fraction. So 5x take away 2x is 3x, times both sides by 7. 4 sevens are 28, and then divide by the number in front of the x. And again, leave our answer as a fraction. So at the 5.2 level, you're going to get a lot of fraction answers. These are the questions to try in your workbook. So pause the video, complete the questions, and then check to see that you got them right. So first of all, check, we've got common denominators. So we can just add the 3x and the 4x, the numerators, over 11, so times by 11. Well, actually, 3x plus 4x is 7x. Over 11 equals 3, so times by 11. So 7x equals 33. Divide by the number in front of the x. How many 7s in 33? 5 7s are 35. So 4 7s are 28. So it's 4 and 5 remainder. Or 4 and 5 over 7. Again, I prefer decimal fractions rather than decimals. Question 6, common denominators again. So on the top we can go 4x take away 2x, which is 2x. So we get 2x over 3 equals 7. Times by 3 cancels that part out, giving us 2x equals 21. Divide by the number in front of the x. So x equals 10 and a half. Okay, more examples. This time we don't have common denominators. So remember, these go in your notes book. So listen and then copy down these notes, adding anything that helps you remember this concept. So I like to go to get 6x, 2x times 3, x times 5, and 5 times 3. 6x over 15 plus 5x over 15. 6x plus 5x is 11x. And I've also gone 4 times 15 here, just to save a line of working. So 4 15s are 60. Divide by 11. And we get 5 and 5 over 11. So part D, different denominators. So we need to do the shoelaces or whatever it is that you do. 3x times 5 plus 2x times 4 over 4 times 5. 3x times 5 is 15x. 4 times 2x is 8x. Common denominator now, so we can add the numerators. 15x plus 8x is 23x. And again, we've got 20 on the bottom, so times 20 over here, which eliminates this part. 23x equals 20. Divide by the number in front of the x, which is 23. So x equals 20 over 23. These are the questions. So first of all, note that they're different denominators. So pause the video, do the questions, and then press play and listen and make sure you got them right. So 3x times 5, 4x times 2, and 2 times 5. So we get 15x plus 8x, 23x, over 10 equals 3, times both sides by 10. 23x equals 30, divide by 23. So x equals 1 and 7 over 23. Okay, the next one, take away 4x times 5, 2x times 4, and 4 times 5. Giving us 20x minus 8x over 20 equals 7. 20x take away 8x is 12x. And then we can times this side by 20. Which cancels that out. So 12x equals 140. Divide by 12. So x equals 11 2/3. Okay, make sure you reflect on the learning process and practice.